Back to prize, evolution, with Stephen C. Some like to say the young Stephen Fletcher. I go by the time model as they get into, there's an article on it more today about the time scale, and how different mutations pop up. And even when you get older, different dudes slow down, it's true. Or these are factors that go determined right by the roots. I mean, you come into this world, you gotta focus. And also, there's points where you gotta ask for help. We're rooted in as a kind of a subspecies to the humans, the smart guy, the bull. They don't want humans, it's part of a cool down, they don't want too many humans just flooding it like the fucking Titanic, so they have to get rid of dudes to get rid of the idiots. There's no pain, no gain. You have to keep going, and it's true, some guys do this and stop and think. There's a period, the cocoon, because humans have such a high lifespan. I mean, that's why you're a baby, you're like an ape, but your strength isn't there, you're like a turtle, but it's there, your spiritual's deep, because they know you gotta hit a certain body point too, and those that cross in the line and play around with other species, they get, in the human world you get ate, you could be a gator, they don't know the difference. They had to use different methods and to get people in, even to go into this BM shit. Again, turtle shit to do this shit. And they say they're huge winds, like a scorpion bite there, and some guys behind it after wrecking all this shit. Again, people are not immortal. And we've gone up against gods that claim they're immortal, they're still plugging along. It's down to, they based it down to some of the last armies that came and ended up tugging around this shit. Given that we have this huge weight disadvantage, they don't want to spoil, because this is part of the kind of the Western Bridgman guard things, what gods had to do, and they had to, Jesus went down because he had to retrace the steps. He couldn't build these houses over time and shit. It went down. But evolution does kick in for these animals because they hear different dudes. There's different networks. It's true, different dudes go viral. Kings go viral. Because in combat they were. It's just like war games. They play many war games with the king and he's staying. And there's not a budge when we go in there and it's court and shit and even belittling and pushing dudes out and taking the beating. Testing the skin at 60 times tougher than a pup. Now going in, they can't even get it in their cuts. And they put it all, you gotta think, and all the cheating and stuff. They're gonna go back to sin and the guy's clean. You got a clean record, think on that video game and there's a virus. You know you pick viruses up anyways. Your body has to, you have to sleep after. So they don't so your body needs all the sleep after. And the jungle was tougher until they started building and doing shit like that. So again, over time, you get old, you might not be able to jump into an atmosphere because if you don't keep up your muscle memory, if you go on vacation for too long. Guys like me, we went out of school, you got to hang, you're frozen. In this world, you need weight to keep going. And your parents kept going at their, their middle-class job. And there's natural selection to dudes too, by spirit, and it's going by your thoughts too. You do rooted in, and that weight's coming in, and it pushes anything. By 37, I mean, when dudes are getting soft, you can shoot up like you're 19 again when you're, just to use that extra stamina. I said, after doing those chairs, my mom said, yeah, because you could have been doing extra work too, and the next day you feel it, because you're getting older too, that's the thing. And Tyson has enough power to put nose bones and Putin there down because of hubris too. They're just rushing in over the head. They think a genie's gonna show up. I gotta worry about when I get, same thing, when I get support too. And you need some support too in this world, because you're coming into the middle class and you're going around trying to make that point. That's hubris, and you're not even up to that level. Even though Eminem's well known and shit, it's not all just talk. He's got some stuff. But I got enough to crush, and when they go up against that weight will drag them out. And just like driving, if you do something too stupid, there's going to be someone honking and beeping, and there's even cops coming at you. So there's different elements that you interact with anyways, and you'll be pushed into it. Different dudes will be snared into things. Okay, I'm not gay and doing this. We said that's free will and doing this weird almost. Well, if they went on some of the asses like they do on some of the chicks, but some of the chicks are dirty by them too. They spread all these gases and dirt. Cows, you're breathing it in. Different farmers go down in their 60s. My dad was a huge part of farmer oil too. So again, you're smoking anyways, right, and shit. So it's that long life cycle. The other things are like a pop, and when you bring in BBS and speed rules, and you have to stop, and guys like me are doing not bad, and show they're nothing special, they're common butt fucks. It's because it's real shit. It operates by voids too. These voids get tugged out. These are chicks flare and shit. Yeah, right. Now they can't even get it in their cunts. That's the funny thing. That's why. Also separating different. I know it's just like the music. It's music, and you keep on it 4-6 years, all this shit, and boom, down the time scale. But because you had all these short sample tracks and shit before, and you're working on your lyrics, so when you jump up and you start, and down the road you get more savings in Bitcoin. It's like Bitcoin, that's bull, that's how the bull operates. It's not fucking overnight when it's not steroids. This is no steroids. Also using medication because you need sleep. I know dudes are gonna go crazy too, so you need different, down there you gotta tug different, talk to Stoic guys because they like us too. And it's usually they know it's the right dude, and they have to do this weird shit. I don't do that shit. I'm not playing in the grass and doing all this weird shit that cool guys see me now. It's gonna flood anyways. It's gonna be so high. It's like a shitter, and all the shitters come together and they're catching viruses and shit. Just know I won the sex competition. It's human. It's also about attraction. Water their cunts out. Water in their cunts out. So it spits up because of attraction too. But that's not always the fact. There's the big guy. There's always going to be some pup or idiot that takes that information because the guy is not crazy. And funny farms that kind of even it out, and police and stuff. And it's going to be like the insider stuff, but they'll know the big guy, that evolutionary. Even though it looks light on my shoulders, that's whether that rock is on your back. And old Willie went down up high. I've done 100 houses. Gus went down doing the chicken shit. Fuck, take it. You know, that's what happens when you're the big guy. You have huge ideas. In theories, it's like quantum prototypes, right? It's not actually, but that's by hand, motherfucker. So we get machines too. By then, the turtle speed. Right, that's how we bop up too. But they wanna level it up.